Guys, today I'm gonna do the disappearing act.
What does that mean?
It means that I'm gonna go like this, and when I drop it like a third, fourth time, I'm gonna disappear.
Whatever.
Watch. Okay, ready?
See if he's in here. He's not in here!
Hello everybody, this is your boy Mega DJ Spike. Excuse the camera graphics. I have no idea why my computer camera looks so trashy like that, or is it just me? But I'm pretty sure it's the camera. I will look for my other camera to connect if I do another vlog video of ghost stories. And that's what I'm going to do today. Is going to be a ghost story. If you like it and you want me to continue doing ghost stories, go ahead, let me know. I'll probably end up doing my own channel, just focused on what I've been through, what people that I know been through, if they give me permission to share it, and what the government's doing and what's behind the government, so on and so on, you know. So it'll be all like stuff cluttered in together on categories of supernatural things and stuff that still goes on. You're probably wondering why, like, oh wow, he's doing a ghost channel, what's going on here? I rarely do vlogs, and I'm doing this also because I want to share it, one, what I've been through, and because people I've talked to about what I've gone through will tell me, hey, why don't you put that on your YouTube channel? So I'll let them know, like, hey, you're subscribed or what? Oh no, we're not subscribed, we just like watching your channel. Okay, it doesn't hurt to subscribe, you know. I mean, if you feel like my notifications bother you, it does give you the option, we could turn it off, you know. And other people will be like, well, I don't know how to subscribe. Well, give me your phone, I'll go ahead and do it for you. Okay, back to what I was going to talk about. Well, today I want to talk about at least 2-3 stories of what I've been through. And I believe everybody's gone through something in their life, whether hearing or seeing something, you know, or feeling it. And I got so many stories that I could tell y'all. Like I said, if y'all want to hear more, go ahead, comment below, let me know, you know. And I'll do more vids on this channel before making another channel. And or I'll just keep it on this channel, you know. The first thing I want to talk about before I go into all the ghosts and all that, I do believe there is a heaven and there is a hell. I do believe that there is demonic things also around certain places you go to or buy, whether it be, you know, a cemetery or somebody that died in a house. And the reason I say that is because the property I bought from the back neighbor, doesn't live there anymore, now I know why, ended up telling me after I confronted them, telling them that if they scared out here, because I've caught in things on camera, which is the one I have of July 7th 2014 on my YouTube channel. It should be around there if you scroll for it. I let them know I've caught in things on camera. I've even caught in voices in Spanish, perfect voices. I do have pictures of things I've still caught in out there that eventually, once I get the hang of all this stuff, I could start posting more, but the video is enough evidence as well. And I've let them know all that until finally he said, yeah, they do scare out here. And I told him, well, why didn't you tell me this before? He goes, well, you're looking for a property. Yeah, but not a haunted property, you know. I mean, I want to lose my temper with that guy because I've had fingers go through my head, which I'll tell y'all in a bit, you know. It's just, you know, when you go through that and your family goes through that, your brothers and sisters or friends that go out there to help you and they experience something they haven't experienced but you've already experienced before, I mean, it sucks for them, you know, and seeing how scared they are. So he ended up telling me the nicest thing ever. He goes, well, I'm sorry I didn't tell you that, but around here there's a there used to be a Mexican cemetery. I don't know if it's on your property or not. And I was like, wait, what? If I could just stop that frame where I go, wait, what, right now, and just zoom in, like when I said that he said there's a Mexican cemetery, if I knew how to do that right now, I would. And I was a little ticked off. I don't know if I could do anything about it. If y'all know, I can. And when I did research on the property, it just says his name, some other name, and unknown beyond that. I mean, if anybody knows why it says that, go ahead, let me know. First story that I'm going to tell you about the hand thing crawling on my head. I was cleaning one time, and I didn't take my dogs. When I had dogs, I would mostly take them with me out there. And I didn't take my dog that time. I started noticing through my dogs that something was wrong also, because they would be barking in the trees like around 6, 7 when there was still sunlight out, and they'd be going crazy, and it was always around that same time they would start looking up at the trees and barking. There was no birds, there was nothing. You're talking about mesquite trees, so the leaves are very thin. You would be able to see something up there. I had a friend tell me, what if it was an owl? I go, dude, I would have seen it, and I highly doubt that I was going to be flying around on a hot day and just decides to land where there's nothing of shade or nothing of big branches for it to get even shade. I mean, you've seen mesquite trees, they really, leaves ain't big enough for the branches where I live. And I didn't take my dog, that time, and I was cleaning in the back of my property, and I just feel something just run your fingers through your head. That's how I felt it. So I look up, and I'm all like, oh, it's probably the trees. But I'm looking up, I'm like, wait, there's not even no tree or branches around me. I look, it's all the way over there, the other one's all the way over there. It was just a clear sky. Next thing I know, there's a truck across, and the dogs barked first from the back neighbor, a mechanic that has a shop, rinky dinky shop, not like a professional one. He has some dogs back there, and they were barking at something. So that's when I saw the truck across the canal. They had some good eyesight. Then again, he was going back and forth. He ends up seeing me. I didn't know who it was, that's why, until they came around the canal. You have to go around the canal, and they come into my property. So I get my little pickaxe ready. I called it a pickaxe. It's just a regular axe. And the dude comes out of the truck. It's my friend Phil. Hey Phil, what are you doing, man? Now I know who it is. Phil, what are you doing? Oh no, man, I just wanted to check out your property, because I had told him about my stories of what's happened there. And I go, well, next time let me know, man. Well, actually, I was just gonna cruise around, but I wanted to see if I could find where it was at, because it's in a secluded area, but with good descriptions and of course a water tower, you'll find it pretty fast. So he was like, well, I couldn't tell if it was this one or the ones in the back, which is the mechanic towards the back and all that. Until I saw you, I go, yeah, it's this one. I go, go have a seat, man. I had some chairs already there. We sit down, not even 2 minutes. This guy's big guy, sweaty, and I'm all, I can't be his weight. I mean, it's fresh out here. And I go, you alright, Phil? And he goes, I gotta go, man. I feel like somebody's watching us. Somebody's watching us, man. I'm like, calm down, man. I go, what do you mean? I'm there looking around. I go, the only thing I felt was somebody running their fingers through my head. Nah, man, don't be joking. I go, I'm not joking, Phil. Just before you got here, you're probably over there before I even saw you, and somebody ran their fingers through my head. There's nobody. I gotta go, man. I gotta go. Gets up, takes off. I end up taking off too. I mean, you get scared too, after a while being there. I end up taking off, and a lot of people say, why haven't you sold your property? Well, long story short, I'm not getting bothered like I was. So I take off back home. The next day I call Phil to check up on him. Ignores my calls, my texts. Calls me the next day. Answer the phone. Hey Phil, hey Dave. And I go, why you been ignoring my calls and texts, man? He goes, I'm sorry, dude, but I got real sick after I left your property. Once I got home, I broke out in a flu. I broke out a bad fever. And I go, so you got the flu? He goes, no, it felt like I had the flu. My body was hurting. I was sweating. I go, I saw when you were sweating already, man. He goes, I don't want to go to your property anymore, man. I'm sorry. You know what? He was right. He never brought up my property anymore. He hasn't even gone anymore. Another incident was I was with my group. We were trying to be paranormal investigators, amateurs. Biggest mistake you could do, I'm letting you know right now. Would I recommend it for y'all? No. We went to my dad's girlfriend's house. In the back there was an old ice chiller factory, ice plant factory, whatever. And back in the day, the poor people would take the bodies there and they used to freeze them. That's how the story went down where I live. And we decided to go, so we went. And right behind it's railroad yard tracks and all that. So it was an opening, and it was somewhat in her property, somewhat out of her property. But I don't know. There was no sign that said we couldn't enter. Maybe we could get in trouble for it. But I said it's a story. We were young, and it was a window opening. So my friend Billy, he was mixed with Cherokee and all that, decides to jump in through the window. Me and my brother wait out here, and I'm all like, nah, just wait out here, man. So I go with my camera. We had 3 cameras, laptop, backup batteries, everything, camcorders, I mean. And Billy decides to go in. He starts calling something out. I'm not joking to you. I mean, I could bring Billy back from wherever Billy's at. That sounded pretty rhymey. He'd probably tell you that we were crazy. But I'm going to tell you why he's wrong. He started calling out spirits. So my brother is all like, well, let me go in with Billy. So my brother's barely going in. All of a sudden, my brother's all like, what's that? We just saw something fast in there. And the window is pretty big. So it's like cement. So I'm over it too. And he's right next to me, my brother. And Billy's saying something. Next thing you know, whatever it was went right in front of Billy. And Billy got scared. Like, he just froze. You see where he froze with the camera. My camera shut off completely. His camera and the light shut off, so whatever was in front of him, he wasn't able to see it anymore. My brother's camcorder shut off as well. Excuse me, shut off as well. So I jump off. Billy ends up coming. As he's coming, we hear the most weirdest witch hyena mix laugh ever. I mean laugh ever. Remember, this is not script or anything. I'm talking to y'all like I'm talking. Like if you're right in front of me right now. It was a mixture of a hyena and a witch. Like if you hear the way the witch laughs, ha 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 ha, something. It was like like a mixture that I can't do, that Billy can't do, that my brother can't do. We heard it from inside the building as me and my brother had jumped out to the side of us, and then it jumped behind us. So as we're looking, like, where's the noise coming from now? Billy jumps out. My brother and me start running. My brother falls down. Billy, I don't know why Billy told me the most stupidest thing. Leave him. I'm not going to leave my brother. I stop. I turn back, run towards my brother, pick him up. We go running. I felt somebody, like tackled me. Like, they squeezed my legs together. Boom. I fall sideways. I hit the side of my waist. I felt like a giant ball. And then I hear that laugh one more time. They didn't hear that laugh. I ended up hearing that laugh. My brother and them jumped over me. And I'm like, they got me, man. They got me. Whatever it is, it got me. You know, my brother comes back, picks me up. Come on, let's go. Because I had the backpack. I'm the heavier guy. We start running. My brother's passing me. And that's because I ended up passing them before I got tackled, you know, for being a heavy guy. And I see my brother. He's running like that. It's like if he got hit by a football player. He's running, boom, and his legs are still in the air, like if he was still running. Falls down, jump. Now I jump over him, turn back, pick him up, we go. And next thing I know it, they go inside. My little sister was outside. She ended up popping out of nowhere. She's probably possessed or something. I'm like, Sophie, what are you doing? And she's all like, what's that? So I turn around. I'm not kidding you. She could even tell you herself. Just see like a blurry thing go back in the building, and you're hearing doors slam when there wasn't even doors, or there wasn't even there was no more glass in those windows, and you're just hearing and then doors closing. Like, if y'all could get those 3 ghost paranormal guys, I don't even know their names because the majority of times I watch that, I think it's honestly, I think some of it's fake compared to what I've been through and experienced, actually being attacked and seeing people fly. And you know, and you start watching certain shows and you're like, that can't be. I mean, they would have flown by now. You would have felt your blood just freeze on you. It's the worstest feeling you could get. Back to my story. So my dad comes out and he's telling Billy to leave because all of a sudden his girlfriend and my other sister were inside. And as they opened the fridge door, both of them saw the milk levitate and it flew out. Now she was mad because I didn't even know she believed in stuff like this. She had salt around their house. A lot of people believe that salt keeps evil spirits out. Well, when we ran, somebody broke the barrier. So that's what she was mad about. So I go towards Billy. His eyes are bloodshot red. And he's breathing hard. He's all, I'm going to mess up your dad and blah, blah, blah. My dad's a big guy. I'm looking at Billy and I'm like, you crazy, Billy, you know. I go, let's go, man. And he's cussing me and my brother out. why did we leave? And I go, dude, you're like the first one that flew over us out the window before we got our waist out of the window, man. Like we were just half our body was inside the building. We weren't in completely, you know. Dude, like I was like, Billy, you just like flew out. What you talking about? Now we gotta go back. We gotta back. I ain't going back, Billy. I ain't going back. He's all, we gotta go back. F y'all P words, you know. And he's just cussing us out the alphabet, man. Like, wait, Billy, calm down. I tell my bro, you know, give me that 2x4. This guy's either possessed. And I, you know, that's the worst thing you can mess with, is a possessed guy. So he's breathing hard. And I'm like, Billy, chill, calm down. Hits my hand out of the way. And I remember he used to be in MMA, so now I gotta be careful because he got a possessed MMA guy. So you gotta be careful. It's like double the strength there, man. I'm just there with the camcorder ready if I have to swing it, whatever, you know, calm him down. I go, you alright, Billy? He goes, yeah, I'm alright. Next thing I know, his eyes ain't bloodshot red anymore. He's back to normal. We get in the car. We take off back home. Three of us are sitting there trying to figure out what happened. What did we hear? I go, Billy, what did we hear, man? He goes, dude, it was in our heads. That's what he told me that I'm telling y'all when I said earlier, when he said something. That's what he told me. It's in our heads. There is no way that three people could have heard the exact same thing in their heads. No way. Because even before he said that on the drive home, we were describing it, what we heard. But when we sat there at the house, he wanted to say it was just in our heads. It wasn't in our heads, because after he said that, I heard something hit the wall. My brother ran outside. Me and Billy got up, went to the room. I had a dresser. It was that far away from the wall, because I used to put my folders in the side. Stuff I had, I would put in the side. Books, whatever, I used to put in the side. But when I moved out, my brother and them left it like that, so there was nothing anymore on the side. Whatever it was, it pushed it, which I know it's something demonic. It pushed it against the wall. We saw that, and that's what we heard. Later on that night, I spent the night there. I was asleep. I wake up. You're talking to a guy that's already seen so many things, been through so many things, you know, scary things. I wake up, I turn around, I just see something. That black figure again, just in the room, messing with the doorknob, going around. I go, you know what? Just go back to bed. I'm not gonna be there. But the reason I had gotten up wasn't because of that. It's because where I had fallen on my waist, if y'all remember, I felt like a giant ball. So when I would put my hand, it would go against my waist. It wouldn't go on that invisible ball. That was a weird thing. So I went back to bed. I get up. Me and my little brother that went with me, we're sitting outside. We're talking about that incident. My other brother comes and he looks through the screen door at us, and then he just goes, and you hear him walking away. The light turns on and off. We get up and we run. He wasn't even in the hall. He wasn't even in the living room. He wasn't anywhere, and the light went on and off. I don't know if he was actually there or it was an imposter. I don't know. To this day, I don't know. And those are the two stories I'm gonna tell y'all. If y'all like them, go ahead, let me know. I'll tell y'all more stories. And like, comment, subscribe. Just don't watch my videos. Go ahead and subscribe. Just turn off notifications. This is your boy DJ Spike, and peace out.